Hey, what's good? When is that non-ready in the collection? I want to talk about just a very impressive storyline just happened last night between a major superstar making his in-season debut at a time when I personally feel it's a little rushed and like it's good on him, but like just it's very admirable, just his heroic efforts and just his drive to want to do something for not only himself but for his teammates and for the city that he plays for. And I'm talking none other than Jayson Tatum as he despite an ACL tear that just happened 10 months ago, and normally this takes like a full calendar year or even later to properly make a recovery, he decided he wanted to come back early, and understandably so, because I mean, I'll admit, I mean, looking at this Celtics team, initially I thought this team was a borderline playoff, play-in team, like though between somewhere between the fifth to maybe the eighth seed. I predicted this team was going to be, because remember they got rid of Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and a lot of other players that like they needed to shed some salary, especially coming off their 2024 championship. They didn't want it to be on that second apron on this new CBA deal that the NBA is implementing right now. So understandably so, like they're like, okay, well, Tatum's gone. We don't need to pay all these people, so let's just get rid of them and get some pieces back. They did with Anthony Simons. And then now they somehow flip that to Nikola Vucevic. You know, they do need like another center and everything like that. And surprisingly, the Celtics, they are firmly within the top seeds in the East, even though it's a throwaway year, or at least initially we all thought that. And I'll admit, I mean, I'm not crazy on the Celtics, but like I have a deep amount of respect for them. Like just their impact on the game of basketball, just their long-standing history since the game first started. They always find a way to like always be in the mix. And this year particularly, I am just amazed at that, because like I said, this is not supposed to be a year they're trying to compete. I don't understand, because it's like, you know, I thought it's understandable if they just take an off year, throw it away, you know, maybe get a high draft pick, or maybe just like have as much cap space as possible to go after a major superstar this coming free agency, or making a big trade for a major superstar or whatnot. But no, I mean, Jaylen Brown, he's putting on an MVP-like season this season for the Celtics. And along with that, Derek White, he's always stepping up. You also got Peyton Pritchard. You have so many other pieces around this Celtics squad who is able to like just Nikola Vucevic, who I mentioned earlier. Like you have so many pieces that are just making this work when on paper or initially given the context, it's not supposed to work. So I get why Jayson Tatum's like, okay, well, this team's doing really good. We still can legit compete. I'm sorry. All right, let me try this. I want to give my hustle, my heart out for this squad, for this team that's been supporting me throughout this whole process. And that's very noble on his part. That's incredible. But I'm just saying, not from a basketball standpoint. I'm saying for his life, you know, like I'm a little concerned for him as a person. Like I think it's a little too rushed. Maybe, you know, like I'm just thinking long term for his career, because he's already an NBA champion. He's already been multi-time All-Star. He's already got his contract. He's got everything there is in basketball. Like I'm thinking to myself, okay, in his position, just thinking long term, if he wants to play till he's like near past 40, you know, it's okay maybe take 1 year so you can be able to fully recover and be maxed out health-wise, so you can go at it, you know, the next season. But I mean, the Celtics, I mean, they're looking good, and he wants to help out, which is great. But I'm mainly concerned. I really hope he does not re-injure himself or make it worse than what it has to be, because we saw Klay Thompson. I mean, like one of the best shooters and one of the best players in the NBA history. You know, arguably, you know, should have been a top 75 all-time player during the 75th anniversary ranking reveal. And with that, back in 2019, when the Golden State Warriors were facing off against the Toronto Raptors, Klay Thompson, he destroyed his ACL, if I remember correctly, his MCL. Like he had just one career-altering injury after another within the same series, basically. And truly was never the same again. He took a full season off, then was injured, and then took another season off, and then now he looks completely washed. But like, not because like I wouldn't say because like he just took a dip in performance wise because he lost his skill. It's because of his health. because like he has the talent. It's just because he can't really jump as high when he shoots or be as shifty when he needs to be, going for a drive. And remember, Klay Thompson, during the Golden State Warriors championship era, he was known as their best defender. Like, Klay Thompson was the one that would be guarding guys like Kyrie Irving, John Wall, and Damian Lillard and all these other people, because Steph, he's not their best defender at all. So they try to work around that and use Klay Thompson on defense. Well, because those knee injuries that he had consecutively, he no longer has that burst to keep up with them, and he doesn't have that push as well to go for the shots like he normally likes to. Now everybody's saying how he's washed and everything like that, how he can't really play that well. That's my concern for Jayson Tatum. Now, yes, I know he's actually in the prime of his career. I understand that, but I'm just saying, just for long term, so Tatum can play another, God willing, 10 years plus. I'm just concerned it's a little too rushed. That's all. Because I want him to, be known as one of the all-time greatest players. Like when the NBA does the 100th year anniversary, I want Jayson Tatum, and he probably already is there, but to firmly be the 100th or better NBA player in history when they do that announcement in 20-some years from now. I want that for him. I really do. But that's just what I'm thinking about. But anyway, with that being said, Jayson Tatum, he did wonderful in his in-season debut. He had 15 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. He was all over the place, and shooting 37.5%, which is understandable. First game back in almost a year, and he's just trying to feel himself out, because initially when I was watching some of the highlights of the game, he was a little bit, hesitant. Normally when he would go for a drive, he would throw a lob or he'll make a pass, which is understandable. He's just trying to feel himself out. But as the game was starting to progress, he was shooting more. He was making an aggressive move, going for a basket, give a little nudge on the shoulder, and then made a bank shot. Going for a drive against one of the Mavs defenders, Dwight Powell, if I'm correct. And then it was really great. Just seeing him progressively feel more confident and get back into the flow of things. Which I'm very happy for him. I really am. And the Celtics, I just don't know how they do it. I'm personally a Miami Heat fan, and I get very upset and disappointed when I see stuff like this happening, because you would think. And what I mean by, I'm not mad at the Celtics, more mad at the Heat for this. It's the Celtics, the thing with them is that they're not supposed to compete. And they have all the excuses if they have a bad season this season, or they on purpose don't play well. They have all the rights and all the excuses in the world. Nobody's going to complain or hold that against them. Star player out, they're in a year where okay, they're going to pay a lot of money, so they got to shed some salary. Okay. But they're still within the top, if I'm correct, last time I checked, top 2-3 seeds in the East. They're firmly going to be in the playoffs. But meanwhile, the Miami Heat, they don't want to make any trades. They don't want to do any moves. They were the only team in the NBA not to make any moves at the deadline, which, especially being a Heat fan, for so many years now, and especially watching them the past 5 years, it doesn't surprise me. But still, there's no excuses. I don't understand, why can't they do something to improve themselves, to be legitimate contenders, to put themselves finally over the hump to get this championship. And the Celtics, they already got their championship. I'm talking from this decade. It's just unbelievable what's going on. But I'm very happy for the Celtics. But like I said, as a Heat fan, this does annoy me, not on the Celtics part, but on the Heat's part, because you have a perfect example here. Why aren't you doing something? But anyway, just very proud for the Celtics. Looking at them, I think they're going to do really good this postseason, especially because they have the playoff experience with Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum leading the way. Joe Mazzulla is a championship-winning coach now. My only concern would probably be the Pistons. But even then, I still put my bets on the Celtics, because the Celtics have that championship experience. The Pistons, they're the hottest team right now. They are firmly number one, but because they don't have that deep playoff run experience yet, I feel that could be the difference. And then the Knicks, they're a great team. They were supposed to be the original favorite, them and Cleveland. But with Cleveland, Yes, they look good now with James Harden, but that's we've seen the pattern. It looked great in the regular season, and then by the second round, or maybe if they somehow get to the conference finals, they fall apart. So that's why I'm not too hot on Cleveland. But the Knicks, though, I mean, they're supposed to be the team that wins it. They were the original favorites. But however, the Celtics, I mean, they just always beat them every time. So I think it's honestly the Celtics here to lose, surprisingly. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Celtics fans, how you guys feel about Jayson Tatum returning, and how do you guys feel this season? Do you guys think you can actually go for another title run, or you just need to get back in the flow of things? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, please like and subscribe to the channel. I certainly love and appreciate every single last one of y'all. God bless, and talk soon.